second portion of our show. I think that was only about 9 minutes, I think, so it was pretty good. We started a tradition last year, and I know in Deer Park the saying is, if you do it once, then it is a tradition. So I thought that it was a good idea just to keep getting ones that stayed. That's my new tradition. With that being said, we have to, because we did this last year, introduce our new plaque into the family. Whenever you do something like that, though, it's a good time to reflect on the past, celebrate the present, and look forward to the future. So here we go. 1994, West Side Story. 1998, Artfully Beatles. 2000, Musica Latina. 2002, West Side Story 2. 2007, Flight. 2009, Joy. 2010, Billy Joel. 2012, Paul McCartney. 2015, Michael Jackson. 2021, The Nightmare Before Christmas. And for only the second time in Deer Park history, back-to-back Superior Ratings at State. 2022, A Night on the Town. When you put stuff like this in front of your band, they better sound good, right? So, without further ado, Sparkling Lights by Deer Park High School Band. actually record sounds and replay them back. In the hundreds of thousands of years that things were around on Earth, that was the first time that that happened. Before that, if you made a sound, it was lost forever in history. So this guy named Percy Grainger, an Australian who eventually moved to London, who eventually moved to New York, started to investigate and experiment with this new technology. And he would go to people's houses and knock on doors and go, "Hey, does your family have any like weird songs you sing at Thanksgiving or anything like that?" And he would record it with this like machine. It kind of looked like I don't know, like Ghostbusters backpack. And he would record it and he would take it back to his place and he would write it out for different ensembles, choirs, bands, orchestras. And what he realized was that the concert band, which was a relatively new thing as well, provided him with an ample amount of opportunities to make different kinds of sounds. So he was very much a trailblazer, and we probably wouldn't even be here at this concert right now if it wasn't for a guy like Percy Grainger. So this song that you're about to hear is called Ye Banks and Braes of Bonnie Doon. It's about a river in Scotland. It is one of his more famous pieces of music. It is without percussion. And it is, once again, it's a pretty advanced piece of music. It turns 90 years old this month. So, Ye Banks and Braes of Bonnie Doon. Well, we're here. We're to the last year. Quite a few announcements here before we go. I know that's exactly what you guys want to hear. First of all, I am super blessed to be able to work with some of the best music teachers in the world. I really believe that. This year and next year, I am the current president of OMEA's District 14. And so I get to meet and talk to a lot of different music teachers from school districts all over Hamilton and Claremont County. And I can honestly say that Deer Park We have some of the better music teachers. I am the worst one of the four. And that is amazing because these other, I think I'm okay. But these other people bring such expertise, such knowledge to work every day. Mr. Matt Suddendorf, Mr. Joe Vetter, Ms. Taylor McNally. These guys need a huge round of applause. I'd also like to take a minute to thank maintenance. Like I said, we've had, I think, 4 or 5 concerts in this room in the past week, and it has been spectacularly clean and well lit and well heated, and we know that those things always haven't been that way. So maintenance, administration, Mr. John Vandermeer, Janaea Brown, Mr. Phillips, all those guys that, when I say stuff like, Mr. Phillips, I need some money to fix the truck, or we ain't going anywhere. He's like, yeah, whatever you need. So that, I can tell you that does not happen everywhere too. So I would like to definitely thank the students on stage. It was tough coming to work last week because it was foggy, and we're in that time of year when it's really dark out, and you're just, gosh, I want Christmas break to get here. And then you get to work and you're like, oh, maybe I really don't want Christmas break to get here because that means that the music making stops for 2 weeks. I know these guys want to sleep and they want to eat good food and be with their families and stuff, and we'll be there on the other side, but it's a joy to work with these guys every day. I'd like to thank you guys, the parents, for promoting, accepting, putting up with the music department here. Without you guys, we would be nowhere. So thank you all very much for all that. I think that's all the thank yous I have. I'm sure I'm missing some people, but they know. Two things from the band sponsors that I'm supposed to speak about this evening. One of them is there, and this is huge. We got to do this. City Barbecue fundraiser. I think what day is that? Tomorrow. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow. Go eat some City Barbecue, help us raise a little bit of money. So that way when CJ asks me for a read for some weird saxophone, I can get it for him. So yeah, so go eat some City Barbecue, it's good food, and you'll help out the band a little bit. The other announcement, and this is something that I want each of you, if you will have kids in this band program next year, to think strongly about. When I first got here, that's a huge moment, right? Whenever you switch band directors, I don't care if you bring the greatest band director on the planet in, it is a transitional time. And so there's uncertainty because we never know what new people are going to do, right, Mr. Vandermeer? We never know what new people are going to do. So we got through that, and I thought, okay, when I was about 6 months into this, and I thought this is a pretty cool place to work. This is good band, good kids, good community. And then that darn pandemic showed up. And it really kind of knocked everything off the rails for a minute. And I knew then that I was sent here for a higher power to help make sure that this band program, which I look at as equal to Moeller's football team, St. X's swim team, all those things. Like, this band program has to be good. When my kids and their kids are coming to school, wherever they're going, they need to lose the Deer Parks band just like I did. So I knew in my heart that was what my mission was going to become. And I feel like we have come out on the other side of that pandemic pretty well. But we need to start updating some of our band sponsors' leadership going into next year. We have several of our officers that are going to have children graduating, and Ms. Straden was gracious enough to come back and help out when Ms. Showalter stepped aside. And so, she's not going to want to do this forever. So, if you like what you've been seeing tonight, if you like what you see in the fall, and you are a parent that is willing to give some time to this, we are going to be looking at remaking the band sponsors a little bit. And if you were around, and this is no offense to anybody knowing about the name, if you were around for Miss Lisa Robinson's tenure, or if you were around for Showalter, if you were around for some of that, and even Straden Part 1, it does not mean that if you step into those roles that you have to do it their way. You need to bring your own brand of leadership to those roles. They are crucial to what we do. This cannot happen without leadership from the parents. And that is every band. I don't care where you are or what part of the country, man, we need good parent help. It's something that I know that my first band booster president was Mr. Suddendorf's father when I was at McNichols High School in 1997. Without him and Mrs. Suddendorf, I wouldn't be standing here right now. They helped my family go through band camp that first year. Because I thought bands just marched and prayed. I thought that's what we did. And I didn't know we made pictures on a field with a show. So we need parents around like that. So over the next month or so, we're going to be reaching out to some of you. But tonight when you go home, think about like what can I do maybe to help? Because we're coming to a crucial point where we can really start making some massive progress with this program and really go into the next decade or so, doing some really wonderful things. So just think about some of that stuff as you go home tonight. All right. I've been telling the kids all week there's a major announcement, and now's the time. So I'm going to read this paragraph to you. I wrote this because when I'm at work, if I don't act like I'm working, Mr. Vetter will continue to talk to me, and that's usually okay, but sometimes I need a break. So I wrote this out. I'm glad Mr. Andrews here, because he has a history as well with this organization. In 1869, the city of Cincinnati was on the cutting edge of industry. A bustling town in the American hinterland, Cincinnati was the last stop before crossing the Ohio River into a South that was in the throes of Reconstruction. That industry, along with innovations in the performing arts, communications, education, and transportation, led to a radical idea in athletics at the time. The idea of paying baseball players so that your town could have bragging rights to the best team in the nation was considered outrageous. Business owners and fanatics of the day did not care. And Cincinnati created the first all-professional sports franchise, some say in the world. Yep. 30 years after, a local group of merchants began what has become Cincinnati's greatest single-day tradition, the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade, which celebrates the return of baseball every year to the Queen City. It not only welcomes baseball, it welcomes the hope of a new spring and summer here in the Midwest. This year marks the 103rd Findlay Market Opening Day Parade. It is with great pleasure that I can officially announce that the Deer Park High School Band will be marching in the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade on March 3rd. This is a great honor for our band, our school, and our community. Between 100,000 and 250,000 spectators will learn what we have known all along, that we have the best marching band in the region. Congratulations to our students on this great achievement. I had to tell Nathan Boiler we were not getting out of school for the Titans Super Bowl party this summer. All right. Anything else? Any other announcements? All right. Finally, last but very much not least, I am proud to present to you the mayor of the great city of Deer Park, Ohio. Please welcome the Honorable John Donovan.
Christmas went all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the crest of the new fallen snow gave luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With the little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up in the housetop, the porches they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung to his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe, he held it tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath. He had a frog face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump and right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod at the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he rode out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't plan this, but I needed to take just a second. And my name's John Vandermeer. I'm the principal here, finishing my first semester. And I have been amazed at a lot of things since I've been here in Deer Park. One is an amazing staff who loves kids and are amazing teachers. Two is amazing students who are talented in so many ways, athletically, art, music, band, all kinds of things. But one of the things that, when I went through my interview, we had a section where I interviewed with kids. And they got to ask me any kind of questions that they wanted to ask me. And there were some really, really good questions. Well, one of the kids said something to me that night that kind of stuck to me. He said that we have the best band ever. And he told me that in the interview. And I'm thinking of the district that I came from. I came from a pretty good district as far as band is concerned. And so I was like, we'll see what happens with that. So when these guys started going to contests, and I started getting texts of, dang, Deer Park's really good. And then I started getting videos, this band is really, really good. You guys are really good. I started to realize how absolutely fortunate we are, and we are the best Dad Burned band in the city of Cincinnati. And we need to be very, very proud. One more time, and I think we need to give them a real big round of applause. Of when you hire the best band director in the world, he didn't realize that he was actually talking about himself. Because these people do not sound like they sound unless you have a person who is directing, giving everything in their lives, giving it all out, and doing everything they can for these kids every single day from 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. We have the best Dad Burned band director anywhere, and he needs a big round of applause. Thank you for all that you do, Mr. Bowers. You are awesome.
Thank you. Well, that's never happened before. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of myself, Mr. Vetter, Ms. Livingston, all the music teachers, the mayor, how are you related to John Vandermeer? I'm going to ask you this in front of all these people. So, Mr. Vandermeer's second cousin is the only person in Major League Baseball history to throw 2 no-hitters in a row in baseball games, which is, that'll never happen again. You know hit the whole state of Pennsylvania, right? Was Pittsburgh and Philadelphia in a row? Yeah. So that's awesome. So thank you all for coming out this evening. Be safe on the way home. Have a great holiday season. We'll see you in 2023.